the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to us by, Taco Bob, you're sponsoring the sports page this morning.
Oh, you better believe it, because I'm out tomorrow. Modern Concepts Home Design Center in Holly Hill. I'm going to be out there starting at 2. They're giving away over $9,000 in prizes. Big flooring things they're giving away, part of a kitchen, and we're going to have concert tickets every half hour. Again, it's off North Nova Road in Holly Hill. Tomorrow, Modern Concepts Home Design Center.
Starts at 2. We'll see you there. All right, Bulldog, good morning. So we had the last of the first 4 last night, and today it all begins in earnest.
Absolutely. NCAA tournament bracketology, baby. I filled out my bracket early this morning. I know you guys have your brackets filled out. Of course, you're only allowed one bracket. You cannot fill out multiple brackets. That is against the rules. So yes, Xavier did beat Texas last night. So one of the 14 SEC teams is now out of it. Mount St. Mary's defeats Xavier. I'm sorry. Xavier defeats. Mount St. Mary's defeated American University. Xavier beats Texas.
Right. There you go.
So those were the last of the first 4 games. So the actual bracket now is set. So I filled out my preliminary bracket this morning, and I don't like it because I went chalk. I was picking every game who I thought would win, and I ended up with like 4 number 1 seeds in the Final 4. So I'm gonna change that, because I do think there's gonna be some potential upsets this year. By the way, watch out for Yale over St. Mary's and New Mexico over Kentucky. All right, those are a couple of upsets to look out for. Of course, I'm picking the Gators to win the national championship. Why is that? Because I like to pick my bracket by the storylines, and the Gators would be the best storyline, obviously, for us in Orlando, because they are the only state of Florida team in the tournament.
Be good.
So everybody have fun screwing off at work today. Work. At least the afternoon portion.
I told Pat when they made me do that little punishment of sales for a little bit, that was the only good thing about it, was the boss was a huge college basketball fan. He goes, "Hey, come with me. We got to go do some work." And he brought me to a bar. I go, "What's going on?" He goes, "Bracket time, March Madness." I go, "You get go team." It's like, all right.
Magic could have used a little extra hard work last night. They fell short against Houston, dog.
Back to life, back to reality. The Magic returned to the team who we thought they were, the team that can't shoot. They made only 9 of 35 3-pointers last night. That's 25%. They lose to the Houston Rockets 116 to 108. Houston is playing like one of the best teams in the league right now. They are second in the West. I hate to say this, all right, but, I think there's a sort of a narrative out there that the Magic are, they're an one of the best up-and-coming young teams in the league. Well, I got news for you. You look at what the Rockets are doing. You look at what the Oklahoma City Thunder are doing. You look at what the Detroit Pistons are doing. All 3 of those teams are just as young, if not younger, than the Magic. And when you see what they're doing this year, the Magic need to get it going, because right now, not only are they a mediocre NBA team, they aren't even one of the best young teams in the league. So a wake-up call for the Orlando Magic last night. There are a lot of good young teams out there, and the Magic are lagging behind. Where are the yard signs at, by the way?
They're in the garage, have been since you ordered me to take them down.
Hasn't helped.
Hey, Bulldog, how's the let's say disagreement between you and your fellow columnist over there at the Sentinel, Scott Maxwell, doing over this baseball situation in Orlando?
Well, Scott was out of town yesterday. I'm trying to get him on the show to have a debate with him about this. But yeah, Scott Maxwell, the news columnist at the Sentinel, he has poo-pooed any any Orlando effort to try to bring Major League Baseball and try to bring the Tampa Bay Rays over to Orlando. Of course, I'm all on board with it. And as is his custom, anything that has to do with sports, Scott Maxwell is against. He was against building the arena. He was against putting money into the football stadium. If it were up to Scott Maxwell, we wouldn't have any sports in town. All we would have would be roads and, whatever causes.
So is he not a sports fan even, or is it just he's opposed to any funds going into sports?
No, and philosophically, he's against putting any public funds toward building sports venues for billionaire owners. And philosophically, I guess he's right. Philosophically, I don't think we should be helping billionaires build their palatial stadiums. But if you want a Major League Baseball team, an NBA team, or an NFL team, the three major sports in this country, you're going to have to put some public funds into it, because if you don't, somebody else will. So
same question though. Is he a sports fan? He's actually a big college basketball fan. Went to the University of North Carolina. I don't know how big of a sports fan he is other than college basketball. Yeah. Though I don't think he's a big sports fan, though. All the stuff you just reeled out, I get, his perspective, but he also, you got to look at the long-term big picture of the revenue engine that Major League Sports brings to any city that it's in. That's a benefit to the community. Well, that's again, I hate to agree with Scott Maxwell, but that's debatable too. And the reason that's debatable is because, yes, Major League Sports does create revenue, but Scott Maxwell's argument is it's revenue that would have been spent elsewhere anyway. Like, for instance, people who go to baseball games and, spend money. Well, if they didn't spend it at a baseball game, they'd be spending it somewhere else, would they not? So that's his argument. The fact of the matter is, I want to have a baseball team because it's fun to go to baseball games.
It would be great. Do I see it happening? No, but Scott Maxwell, he's just like one of those guys. Oh, well, it would be doing this. Didn't he do the no arena stickers?
No. Yeah,
I think he was against all that stuff.
Yeah. He was against all the venues that were built, except I think he was for the performing arts.
Of course. Yes. So, that's we make an exception for the arts, I guess.
I got to ask you, Pat. You and I never said who our brackets are, who we had winning the whole thing.
What do you kid? We're filling out something called the bikini bracket.
I know, but right now we have those brackets. I've been doing some research now that I have the internet again. We have Dog with the Gators. I'm going Duke. I've been big Duke. Pat, who you got?
I'll jump in and take Wofford.
Wofford. All right.
Hey, real quick, your meatheads, the Detroit Lions, have proposed a new rule. Did you see this?
What's the rule?
The new rule in the NFL is that the playoff seedings would be based on your actual record, not whether you won a division or not, which I like.
That's a good idea.
The Lions have proposed that, and they think that, hey, just if you win a bad division, you shouldn't be seeded higher than a better team that finishes second in a much better division.
It.
And guys, I also researched what we were talking about off the air before the sports page. Sister Jean is still alive from what I'm seeing.
Okay. Is Loyola in the tournament?
I don't know.
All right, the Lightning tough game tonight against one of the better teams in the league, Dallas Stars. We'll see how they do. Mike the Bulldog Bianchi, host of Open Mic on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game.
By the way, happy birthday to Rollins graduate Fred Mr. Rogers today.
Calling on